This is the Lyndon Baines Johnson Presidential Library and Museum, also known as the LBJ Presidential Library, the 36th President of the United States. The LBJ Presidential Library is located on the campus of the University of Texas in Austin. Watch this video for its location, hours, and tips that will help you plan your visit here. Like this video and write a comment. We really do want to hear from you so that we can keep improving our content. Welcome to Hipfig. If you're a travel enthusiast, then join our community by subscribing to this channel. This is the Austin, Texas Travel Guide series. This episode is the LBJ Presidential Library and Museum Helpful Travel Guide for visitors to Austin, Texas. The LBJ Presidential Library is located at 2313 Red River Street, Austin, Texas. There is free parking in Lot 38 during business hours. Look for the posted signs on the lot and on the street. We arrived during the weekday after 11 a.m. and the parking lot was pretty full. So we suggest arriving earlier in the day, and if you are arriving during the weekend when there's a football game, make sure you come early. Once we parked our car, we walked towards the large library building that you see in front of you here, and behind it to the right is the large monolith building of the LBJ Presidential Library. The LBJ Library is open 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The last visitor will be admitted at 4 p.m. and it's closed on Thanksgiving Day, Christmas Day, and New Year's Day. Tickets are available for purchase in person at the admissions desk, as you can see here on the right, or online. For your information, here's a savings tip. Admission is half price on Tuesdays. One of the first things we saw when we entered the building was the presidential limo on the left-hand side. You can also see the gift store behind the presidential limo there. After the admissions desk, there's also a visitor center to the right before you enter the exhibition areas. General adult admission from ages 19 to 61 is $13 per person. There are discounts for seniors, youth, and children under 12 are free. And there's a fun fact: if your first, middle, or last name is Lyndon, you get to go in free. There are 10 floors to the LBJ Presidential Library. The main floor is the third floor of the building where we entered. Floors 5 through 9 are archives and for only staff. We took the elevator to the 10th floor, where you can see the replicas of the Oval Office as it was during President Johnson's presidency. You'll also see gifts of state from various countries. I found out that President Johnson gifted heads of states interesting gifts like electric toothbrushes with the president's seal and photographs and little miniature head statues of himself. On this floor, it highlights the presidential life. It also highlights First Lady, Lady Bird Johnson. There's a place called the First Lady's Gallery exhibition, which highlights Lady Bird Johnson's contributions, as well as there's also nice displays, areas with documents, her clothes, photos and paintings of the family and their life on their ranch in Texas, as well as their formal trips around the world. What was most interesting to me was that you can actually listen to actual recordings by President Johnson and the First Lady. Once we finished completing our round around the 10th floor, then we found the elevator and took it down to the 4th floor, which is probably my favorite floor. The 4th floor deals with one of the most turbulent times in U.S. history. It talks about the assassination of President Kennedy, the Vietnam War, and the struggle for civil rights. On this floor, you'll find the hotline teletype machine regarding the Vietnam War. In that section, you can see Jackie Kennedy's letters. You can pick up a phone in the Great Society Gallery, specifically the first column about civil rights and J. Edgar Hoover and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. There's also a voting rights desk, and you can browse through the Voting Rights Interactive. There also is a space section with a real moon rock, and then towards the end, you step into the Great Hall, and you can look up to the 4 floors of the archival boxes above. You can spend hours in on this floor. Once you get into the Great Hall, it's surrounded by travertine walls, and it's engraved with the presidential seal, a beautiful mural, and a spectacular view of 4 floors of glass enclosed archives. It's 7,686 square feet. That's the equivalent of 6.6 Olympic-sized swimming pools. This mural here is a deeply etched magnesium plate murals, each 8 feet by 10 feet, and it depicts Lyndon B. Johnson at various stages of his political career. There is also a display of all the presidents and first ladies, which I thought was pretty cool. On this floor, you'll also find a large terrace, which has a grand view of the campus of the University of Texas. From the Great Hall on the 4th floor, you can take the grand staircase down to the 3rd floor. On the 3rd floor, the exhibitions focus on the down-to-earth sense of humor and personality of President Johnson. It also features an animatronic LBJ recounting some of his favorite stories. These stories are taken from real-life audio recordings of LBJ that are part of the library's archive. If you have time and interest, consider watching the films. On the 3rd floor, you can watch the introduction film, which is about 11 minutes. And then on the 4th floor, there are quite a few little film areas. On civil rights, there's one that'll take about 10 minutes, and there's a legacy film, which will take about 5 minutes. And on the 10th floor, there's actually a film about the first family, which is about 5 to 10 minutes. On the 3rd floor, they also have a rotating temporary exhibition hall. When we visited, it was on Lady Bird Johnson. If you're short on time but want to visit, make sure you make a quick stop on the 10th floor to see the Oval Office, and then go to the 4th floor to see the Great Hall exhibition, as well as just that whole floor. It'll take you anywhere from 40 minutes to an hour. If you have time and energy, you can also combine it with other nearby attractions in the area, like the Texas State Capitol Building and the Bullock State Museum. You can also check out our videos for those 2 attractions. The Lyndon Baines Johnson Museum is very interesting and well curated, and it encompasses a very turbulent time in U.S. history, so if you're a history buff, this is a must-do. I really recommend this presidential library. Happy travels! Go to hipfig.com for more information, or go to our Hipfig travel channel on YouTube, and be sure to subscribe for regular updates.